I got my buddy with me. As you can see, he smoked, but he died base jumping, and I take him everywhere with me, because I'm weird. Now, the main reason we don't fly low is because, not because low flying is dangerous. Low flying is tremendous fun, actually, but it is dangerous. And the reason it's dangerous is because if we have an engine failure, we're just going to crash pretty much where we are, right ahead of us. They used to fly low during the war, and the military fly low. That's to evade radar. We don't wish to evade radar. We don't need to do it in a light aeroplane. So flying low is considered to be reckless, okay, because you are endangering yourself, the aircraft, and others on the ground. The higher you are, the more time you've got to think about what's going on and to react. Now I've set the wind in. The wind's 240. It's sort of westerly, okay. So I've put it on my heading bug, although I can't rely on that because once the engine dies, like I said before, that will conk out. I'm going to have to go off my compass. But I've got it in my head. It's westerly today. We're over mountains at the moment. We are south of Inverness. That's behind us. It's possible to glide back most of the way, I suppose, to Inverness, but maybe not. Depends how high we got, how much altitude we've actually got, to how far we can glide. Obviously, at 70 knots, that's our best glide angle. So I'm up at 5,000 feet now. We'll do a Trevor. I think that was what the guy. No, I can't mention the guy's name. We just jump out, whee, fall to the ground at the plane. Who cares where it crashes? It might cause a bushfire or whatever. The point I'm making is if you've got height and you've got an aeroplane that can glide a long way, there's absolutely no need to bail out and just let it crash. That would be really, really stupid. Well, irresponsible is the word. Okay, so boom. There we go again. Engine failure. So no. So I'm going to flick the key. I'm going to try and move that a bit. See if it finishes up at a better angle. We've got it to be horizontal. Never mind. Okay, so change tanks, fuel pump on, carburetor heat if fitted. On the radio, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is November 172 Sierra Papa 172 out of Inverness. We have engine failure. Repeat, we have engine failure. We are at 5,200 feet. Our position, we are about 8 miles south of Inverness. We are over high ground. Repeat, over high ground. I'm going to try and restart the engine. If not, I'm going to turn it into wind to the west, point west towards Loch Ness, towards Inverness, that sort of direction, and we are going to try an emergency landing. Okay, so we're now looking around for somewhere to land and getting our aircraft more or less pointing west. Oh, stall warner's on there, so we need to trim. Come on, get it to 70 knots. Trim for the glide. What's the trim wheel? Always be on the listen for that stall warner. Okay, we've got a valley down there. That's a possibility. Next to the river. What else have we got? We've got wind turbines up ahead. What's our altitude now? 4,500 feet. I'll be giving as much information to air traffic as I can. I could put a squawk code in there. They could say, what's your squawk? I could put a squawk code in there. Explain more about that on my 172 course. I could even give them longitude and latitude. If I've got it on the GPS there, I can get that up. Where am I? Here I am. This is my location. I'm heading west from there, and I'm currently at 4,000. It all helps the rescue people find you quicker, because you might be injured when you get down, and it would be nice if the rescue people could come and find you quite quickly. Okay, so I like the look of this valley. I'm going to have a better look at that. There's a nice green bit there, look. Next to that bend. There's three nice green bits. So I think that would be a good option. Although the tops of any of these hills really are push. So I'd tell them now, I'd get onto air traffic, if I'm still talking to them, I'll say, right, I am overhead a river, I'm heading south again, and there's a river winding along from east to west, and I can see some nice fields that I want to try and land on. So I'm going to try and land next to the river. There's a road down there as well, so emergency services will be much more readily available. Plus there's motorists going past, so they will be on the phone, they'll be ringing, whereas if we just finish up miles and miles away from the road in the middle of a wilderness on a moor somewhere, it'll be a lot harder to get the rescue people to us. So that would be a better bet, actually. I'm looking at that now. 1, 2, there's 3 fields there. What's my altitude? My altitude is 3,200 feet. It's taking ages, but I could have gone all the way back to Inverness. But I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking out loud here. Right, we've got nice fields down there next to the road. That would be my choice, I think. I'd be quite happy with that. Looking further down the valley, what else have we got? Have we got anywhere better? Because we might have. Onto air traffic control. I'm now heading 06075. I'm going downwind. I'm going along that river looking for a better landing spot. Because obviously none of these landing spots are airfields. They're just somewhere we can land in an emergency, okay? So I'm going to turn when I get to that green bit down there on the bend. I'll start making my way back this way, looking for a better spot each time. Those 2 instruments in the middle are both now completely useless. It's run out of suction, they're not working, so cannot rely on them whatsoever. Okay, the turn and slip, bowls in the middle, wings are level. But I know that because I can see outside. But if the conditions were to deteriorate and we couldn't even see where we're going, that would be really bad as well, wouldn't it? So, nice big green field there, that looks good next to the trees. Altitude, 2,200 feet now. And don't forget, that is only set to the airport we took off from, so that's the height of the airport we took off from. This is up in the hills here. I didn't put them down. Stop that. Sometimes that just does it on its own, I don't know why. Right, okay, I've decided that's where we're going to go. So we need to get a bit of a run at it. We've got 70 knots still, we've got 2,000 feet. I like that. So I'm going to get myself over the river. I don't want to go too deep so I can't make it to come back. So start my turn about here. Let's see if we can get this aircraft down on the grass. Okay. That looks good. That looks good. So I'm going to side slip now with no flaps because we're quite high. We've got a bit of height to lose. Okay, that'll do. We don't want to overdo it. Do our flaps now. Okay, we've got full flaps now. On the brakes, stick right back. We are down. We didn't need to parachute after all, did we? Now we can get our phone out, and if we've got any reception, we can. Because we probably won't be able to radio the airport from here because the hills are in the way. So, what we need to do now is inform the airport of our situation. Aircraft is down, everyone's safe, and we have safely landed. And as best we can give a location. The emergency services will obviously arrive just to make sure we're okay. Thanks for watching. I want to mention my sponsors. It's Lillet Tampons. Okay, for when you bleed and you feel the need.